Never had one of these before. I always wonder what was the big deal about it. Can't wait to open up and see what's all about. Oh, hey guys. I forgot I turned you on. It's great to see all of you again. In case you don't remember, my name's Chris, aka Mr. Ramon 420. I am the host of this interesting little review channel. It's great to see all of you again. I know it's getting close to the weekend, so hopefully you have a good idea of what you're going to be planning on doing for the weekend. If not, sucks to be you. But oh well. Today I'm going to be doing a new review for you. Not so much a new movie review, but a new review. And this one comes from the great mind of Jeff Wedding. He co-wrote the film I'm going to be talking about with Christy Nelson. And Jeff actually not only directed it, he edited and did photography for the film, which I can understand how amazing the film looked. It is a 2013 film entitled A Measure of the Sin, starring Katie Groshung and Starina Johnson.
I dreamt about you last night. I dreamt you were smothered by the weight of the great bear, and we found you frozen on your back.
Now, the film tells the story of Meredith, a woman who's been deprived of the outside world for all of her life and so much more, and this occurs up until the day that her mother passes away. Now, while this is happening in her horrible nightmare of life, she's also being held captive with two other women whose only purpose is to procreate for a sadistic madman, hence Charles Manson type of figure. And that's basically all that occurs. He's kind of a religious figure who's telling them the word of God is basically in my pants and I can protect you if you stay here. If you leave, many pain and suffering will occur in this whole process.
Your clothes missing, your bed full of blood.
So while all this is occurring, Meredith happens to mention to, well, I'm just going to call him Charles, just because he's Charles Manson. She mentions to Charles that there's a bear that comes in every once in a while and does horrible things. Charles tells her, there is no bear. There's no such thing as the bear that comes in here. There's no bear. And he mentions to her all the time that there is no bear. Well, one night, the bear comes into her room through the window and rapes her. I'm okay with a lot of things. Rape, I've just never been like, hey, it's a rape scene. And I'm not sure anyone should really feel that way come towards a rape scene. It's just like, ugh. So it does feel just incredibly uncomfortable. Now, while this is occurring, the other two, let's call them residents because they don't feel the same way as Meredith. They see Charles as the figure, the person in charge. So they're the one to keep an eye out in case Meredith decides she wants to leave one day. So they're always on guard on knowing what's happening. Now, during the process of the film, Meredith is getting bigger and bigger because apparently she was impregnated by the bear. She doesn't want this. She doesn't want the baby to be half her, half bear. So she tries to find ways to get out. She figures out, how is this possible? What can I do? How can I get past this, insane man that will never let me leave? But that's the thing you would have to do for yourself to find out. Does she leave? Can she survive? Will she make it on her own? Or will she be there for the rest of her life? You have to tune in and find out for yourself to see what happens in this amazing, slow, and dark film that is A Measure of the Sin. Now let me tell you what I thought of this interesting little film. So I thought this was a really good slow burn. Now, slow burn is basically any film that takes its time getting you to the point, from point A to point B, that experience that you feel in your system and in your stomach, the churning and just the turning of your system just makes you like, oh. And that's how you feel when you watch this film. But that's what you want to get. You want to get that certain reaction from your system. When you're watching, you don't want to be bored. You feel like there's a whole path, the journey that you're taking with this girl Meredith. Now, parts of the film seem a bit of a fantasy, and that's what part of her life was. The film is, I would say, is a basic symbolism for any horrific marriage that people go through, whether it be the husband or the wife, involved in something they don't want to be a part of, and they try to find ways to get out of it, even if it becomes a horrible end for you and everyone else. And that's what I got out of this film. Everyone did a great performance. There is narration throughout the film, so there isn't going to be as much of this, conversations that the people are going to have. It's going to be small bits here and there, but the main narration you're going to hear is from Katie Groshung, which the writing that she got from Jeff and Christy worked out incredibly well. The cinematography is beautiful. That was shot on film made it such a better appearance. The soundtrack, ominous, so you feel the danger and the frustration going on with Meredith and her life and everything that takes part of it. There's sadness and frustration, but you want to be there. You want to embrace Meredith and say, it's going to be all right. No matter what happens, it's going to be all right. And you want to be able to make that better for her. So yeah, this is definitely a must-buy. If you're into underground independent films, A Measure of the Sin is definitely a film for you to own. Now, the nice thing about it, and I spoke to Jeff, the director, before I was bringing this up, he informed me that there's actually a sale going on at his website where there's the Blu-ray for Measure of the Sin is on sale for $16.95, and actually comes with this first film, Blind. So honestly, if you can get the Blu-ray, get it. Don't go to Amazon or any other place. Go through Brinks Vision. This was definitely one I'm putting on my top 10 list for the year. I know it came out in 2013. I don't care. It's definitely one that I would absolutely watch again. I got to thank Jeff for sending me the copy and everything else. Okay, so here's the situation. Next up is going to be my update video. It's going to be a massive shit. It's just going to be so much fun. Yay! But if you get a chance, go back to my old my last video where I talked about 5 amazing YouTubers you may not have heard of, and hopefully ones that you might want to check out. I know a few of you had, I appreciate that. But yeah, definitely go and pick yourself up a copy of A Measure of the Sin. It's really fucking impressive. Guys, if you're on Facebook, you always can contact me. I'll put a link in the description. Of course, I'll put a link for the trailer as well as a link to Brinks Vision, so you can pick up yourself a copy of A Measure of the Sin. Guys, I will be back next week with a brand new video. It'll probably be the update video. I'm not sure if it'll be a review. Hope you stay awesome. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great time. Enjoy the weather. And if you're in Florida or Texas, I'm looking out for you. Be careful, everyone. Stay safe. Alright, until next time, you're all amazing, beautiful, wonderful motherfuckers. As I always like to say, rate, comment, subscribe, and don't drink the Kool-Aid. See ya.
There is no bear. You were dreaming. Now go back to sleep.